Yeah, Vaidya, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Jai Kumarji. So my question is on this verse 15. Here it says, others who are worshipping me through Jnana Yajna, right? So are these karma yogis at this point? Because I would think a jnani would worship Bhagwan and that ekatvena in that form, right?
Right. So no, they need not be jnanis. They are karma yogis. Jnani has nothing to do. So we have to say karma yogis who have been exposed to this vision, because karma yogi also cannot do unless they have that vision. Therefore, that is why we say our prayer has to change. Now that we have the vision, my prayer is going to be now different. Antak shuddhyartam, antakarana shuddhyartam, prarthana, right? And then why antakarana shuddhi? If somebody suddenly asks me, yeah, I know, that also I know, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, I need to understand that. That becomes my goal. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma, that becomes my goal. Ekatvena, right? So that's the way to look at it. Okay.
Yeah,
Jnani, okay. You can put Jnani also, because Jnani also, clarity has to improve. Jnana Nishta. So Jnana Nishta is, that's why they take to sannyasa also. Sannyasa. That's why Pandu and others walked away from Grastha-ashrama. One of the reasons is that. Is okay, vision is clear now. And so now my being a Raja, if not Pandu, we can bring so many other examples. My being a Raja has served its purpose.
Yeah.
And my next step is to give up the Rajatvam. Rajyatvam has to be given up. That's the next. That becomes a challenge for the Raja, correct? All along the challenge for this person was, I need to govern properly. I have to maintain dharma. So big challenge. I have to secure my country. Big challenge. All that is done. Now that person gets exposed to the Shastram. Then he is ready to take up this challenge. So any other questions?
So sorry, Jaykumarji, just to continue that. And I think in the translation, maybe the order has been reversed in the sense that it says one who is many faceted as one and is distinct, right? So it would have been better if it had put as.
I saw that. I put the Swamiji's the way he had ordered it. I did not change the order, but so Vishwatho Mukham, he says, then as one Ekatvena, then as distinct Pratatvena. Now the reason for that is this. Let's think about the reason. Okay, it's the progression of our own understanding. Okay, many faceted. Okay, is the initial understanding. Initial understanding is Ekameva. Then, means one Devata only, Ganapati is my Ishta Devata. Then multifaceted, all Devatas I can worship. Okay. Then as one means what? As that all-pervasive Brahma. Okay. But then it is not enough understanding. Why? As distinct. That is Satyam, which is very distinct from Mithya. That is the distinction here, right? Pratatvena is what? I am Satyam, who is very distinct from Mithya. Mithya is not separate from Satyam. No, not that kind of distinction. Order of reality itself is different. Yeah. So that is the vision, growth in the vision also, Vaidyaji. So that's why he has done it like that.
Okay.
Natural progress.
Yeah, Swamiji always does things with precision, right? So thank you, appreciate it.
Precision, yeah. No, I thought I didn't think of it the way I explained it now, but now that you asked me, it forced me to think like that. Okay. Any other questions? So I think, in this shloka, we have covered, it was more like a review of the entire Bhagavad Gita. Almost a review of the vision. What is it we are after? Correct? I loved this shloka. When I studied this, I said, this is, of course, when I first studied it, I didn't understand it that well. But it took me several tries and so to appreciate this shloka itself. And so, and next, from 16 onwards, he's going to present an idea is already presented before Rasoham Apsu, etc. And then 16 to 19, we're going to talk about various aspects of this Jagat that I am, and seems like a prelude to chapter 11, Vishwarupa Yoga. So we'll stop with this. Okay. Surendra ji says 33 Koti Devta, 33 types of Devtas. One meaning of Koti is type. Oh, one meaning of Koti is type. So 33 types of Devata. Koti.
There is a definition also I have seen of the 33 Devatas. I will share that.
But yeah, I think Koti means type. Or somewhere the word Koti means type, I think. I need to look up. So, but 33 Devatas. Yeah, if you have some reading on that, let me know. I'd like to see it.
Jacobachi, a quick question.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. So last class you mentioned about when we come to class, you drop your free will. There is no free will when you're in class. I remember Pujya Swamiji also saying that. Of course, I was much younger and I didn't have the knowledge base to understand. And I still don't have the knowledge base to understand this. How is free will dropped, is not present in, when I come into class? Is it only for this knowledge, or is it valid for every other, if I go into a math class or a science class, is that relevant?
Right. So, good question. Why? So those who did not attend the last class, I mentioned that something like this. Free will is there. A lot of free will has to be used to come to this class or any class. Okay, any class you have to exert your free will. Without free will, there's no pursuit anywhere. But then I also said in class, in Shravanam, there is no free will involved. This is what I said. So the couple of questions. One is, why is that like that? Okay. Second question is, does it apply only to Brahma Vidya or to any field of knowledge? That is the second question. Okay. Okay. First question first. If I had free will, I can know it now. Okay. If I had free will to know something, I can know it now. But no, I have to be, how can you know something right away? Some things you have to think through, you have to work hard, this, that, etc. Fine. Okay. Work hard, this and that. That work hard is all free will based. Everything is free will based. And but what about knowledge? Who decides when I am going to know any subject matter? When will I get clarity on anything? We say it is Ishvara Prasad. You can do whatever you can to make the right circumstances perfect for you to know. You buy your child, you buy books, write books. Some any extra work is there, that also books you get to the child. Child needs to go to school properly. Whatever I need to do to get the child to school at the right time and help the child with the homework, everything is all, the child is also exerting free will. I am also exerting free will as a parent. Okay. But then It is anybody's guess, correct? Anybody's guess. Who is going to understand what at what time, if at all, ever, is anybody's guess. Correct? That tells me that knowing is not free will based. Free will based. You allow the knowledge to happen. In fact, what we say is knowledge is already there. Knowledge is already there because all knowledge is in consciousness, it is already there. And I am only removing the ajnana nivritti, all this thing that is blocking me, that I am removing by all these various words that I am hearing. Ajnana nivritti is happening. And then what? What remains is jnanam, and then say, I got it. I got it. Western idea of I got it is what? I gained knowledge. I invented. I discovered. I saw. I learned. All these things we say. In Vedanta, this I learned idea goes away. Slowly we drop it. And I understood. We can say I understood. Nothing wrong with saying it. But how do I understand the statement I understood? That is the question. And the way to understand it is that I was able to see. And this Bhagavad Gita is going to say it beautifully towards the end. Arjuna is going to say, what is he going to say? Nashto mohaha smritir labdha, he says. He says, my memory has come back to me, he says. Because what I knew, I've not remembered. All along I forgot it, he says. That is what he's saying. This is a very, very grand statement in my opinion. And so, therefore, what we say is, you have to come to class and only relax. In fact, any free will, you can only relax. Do some meditation before class, whatever it is, I want to relax. Suppose the mind is wandering. So make sure I don't wander to some, even there also free will. What free will is there? Tell me. Suppose mind is wandering. Mind is wandering. What free will I have to make the mind calm down? Very difficult. Agitated means how I can, what free will I can use? I don't want to be agitated. What free will can I use? No free will can be used. That is why agitation and all, that's why all this meditation and all we have to learn at a young age. Children have to be taught all these things because people think I can accomplish all this and that. And so, what accomplishment? Who wants a disturbed mind? Nobody wants a disturbed mind. Nobody wants a disturbed mind, but yet we are all disturbed. Why? Because free will is not applicable there. Free will is not applicable. Mind is whatever it is. And therefore, for that itself, it's like that. For knowledge, what to talk of knowledge? Okay. Therefore, this Saraswati Namastubhyam is so important for us. And therefore, coming to your second question, is it applicable to all knowledge? Yes. Every piece of knowledge. Free will is not applicable at all. In the end, see, we don't want to tell children all these things, okay? And that they will interpret it wrong and say, no, mom, no free will. All these arguments they will come up with, we don't need this. We have enough problems with children. Therefore, but for our understanding, free will does not apply. And then, therefore, Yajnavalkya will tell Maitreyi, Shrotavyam, Mantavyam, Nididhyasitavya. He is going to say, Shrotavyam means listen. This Tavya Pratyaya, Kartavya Pratyaya means you use your free will. That is the meaning of Tavya. If you are asking me, ye karo, that means I have to use my free will. Therefore, there Swamiji and our Shastram, our Acharyas will say, Shrotavyam means what? Yeah, you must make an attempt to say, I have to listen to the Shastram. And I have to listen and do whatever it takes to listen to the Shastram. But listening itself is not free will. See, in meditation we do this. What do? We say, hearing takes place. Correct? In our dhyana we constantly do. Hearing takes place. We don't say, I hear. Hearing takes place. Why? Because ears are open, my mind is calm, and some sources of sounds are there. And then what happens? Whatever should happen, happens. Hearing happens. All you can say is, I sat down and my mind is calm and my ears are open. That's all you can say. Because I can close my ears also. I can do like this. That I can do. Okay. Or I can keep my ears open. That free will is involved. Keeping the ears open, free will is involved. Hearing, no free will is there. Think about it. It's a mind-blowing concept. It's actually very simple, but we are not used to thinking like this. And so in Dhyanam we say hearing takes place. Therefore, what about seeing? What about seeing? I kept my eyes open. I directed my eyes in so many different angles, so many ways, and then so many things have become visible to me. I cannot take ownership to seeing. I can take ownership to everything else before the seeing. The seeing itself is happening. It's happening, it's happening. If I appreciate this, then I think more magic will happen. That's my opinion. Swapna.
Dhanyavada. So I should not stress on writing down points.
What?
I should not spend my free will to make notes.
See, I am a note writer, okay? I believe in writing notes. Because I need to know all that, and I don't have the memory. Some people have extremely good memory. They don't have to write anything. And my memory is okay, not great, but it's okay. But I need to write it down. And so it aids my understanding. It aids my understanding. Therefore, if you have to write, in order for you to understand things better, go ahead and write it. If writing does not help you, if you say, then don't write. That's really up to each of us.
Yeah. No, this is very profound, and it's a shift in my thinking. It's a, I don't know, it's a very uh, fine appreciation of the whole thing, right? So yeah, Dhanyavada. I can't express. It's yeah.
Yeah. So I understood it when I first started doing meditations, guided meditation by Swamiji. And he used to say, hearing takes place. Hearing takes place. And what is this odd way of saying hearing takes place? We never said hearing takes place and all. In our conversations, we never say that. Then I got it. Then I said, yeah, that's what it is. So, yeah, it's not difficult. Only thing is we have not been told these kinds of things before, and we have not been given a chance to think like this. And so, yeah, that's how it works.
But like you say, yes, hearing does take place. So it's up to us where we focus our attention to, right? Then, because in life, meaning when you step out, there's so many things you're hearing, but I don't have to respond to everything coming my way, right? I can just let it pass and not respond, because what I need to focus my attention on towards is that that ajnana, right? That shastram is what I need to focus on. Everything else is, I think, noise, right? Really speaking.
Right. So once you get exposed to the Shastram, then yeah, then you will begin to find out that the things I've been doing is all noise. A lot of things, at least, not everything, but a lot of things I've been doing is noise. If I can see that, then I can start cutting down the noise. And therefore, free will is involved there. And Shastram even tells that. Basic Shastram has said, Krishna, what did he say? Uddhared Atmanatmanam. Natmanam avasadayet. Uddharet vidhi ling. It is a mandate, it's a command. Hey, may you start doing something, help yourself. May you help yourself. Okay. That means what free will is involved there? Krishna says you exercise your free will. Kathopanishad also, finally it comes to Shastram. Kathopanishad says that. He's going to say, Nayam Atma pravachanena labhya. He's saying this Atma cannot be obtained. Na medhaya na bahuna shrutena. Hey, I am intelligent, therefore I can figure it out. No, 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 it won't work. Yama says it won't work. That intelligence will not work here. Now, bahuna shrutena. Oh, I've heard all these swamis, therefore I know it. No, it won't work. Yama is going to say that. Pravachanena labhya. No, no, I'm giving lectures on it also. Nobody knows all these things. Therefore, you can keep on giving lectures and everybody will be shaking their head also. And so, na pravachanena. Then what happens? Yamai veda eva vrunute tena labhya. Who is going to get it? Only the person who chooses to know. You going to say that. Tena labhya. Yamai eva vrunute. Yesha vrunute. Yeah. Yeshaha. Vrunute. Vrunute means chooses. Chooses means free will. Only the person who chooses to know will know this Atma. That's it. That means what? He's saying, no, I'm not waiting with a plate of Brahma Vidya here and I'm just going to distribute it to everybody. No. Bhagavan will not do it. Especially when it comes to this Vidya. So we can't say things like, if God wants me to. That this idea, God wants me to idea, we have to give up. So, we're all able to now connect the dots, is it not? Slowly all the dots are getting connected. Yeah. Good question, Swapna. So yeah, so this is the thing. I'm glad you're asking because this is not somebody may not have thought through this question also. And so because you asked, it gave me a chance to explain and it helps everybody else also. Thank you, Swapna. Yeah, Prasad.
So here, when it comes to the sensual experiences, who is the real consumer in that case? Whether it is the mind or the awareness itself for all the experiences what we go through.
Atma is dumb. Atma is akarta abhokta. Therefore, Atma cannot be an experience.
But the knower is not a mithya, it's mithya, right?
Yes, knowership is mithya, knower also is mithya, correct.
So it is not the what you say, the reflected conscious or the awareness which is within this upadhi, is that one which actually consumes? Because it's not really the knower, which is mind upadhi, right? Antakarana upadhi.
Yeah, mind is there. Mind is not satyam. Mind is consciousness, but consciousness is not mind. So let mind consume. Let mind be a bhokta. That is fine. Bhokta is as real as what is consumed. Consumer, the status of the consumer is as real as the status of the consumed. If consumed you say is mithya, then consumer is also mithya. Consumer, consumed, consumption. Triputi, correct? Triputi.
Yeah.
All these three have the same order of reality. All these three are mithya.
Then who is liberated?
The one who says I am bound is liberated. Who is bound? You tell me who is bound.
Yeah.
Who says I am bound is liberated.
The one which is my awareness, which is within that upadhi.
Awareness has no problem. Awareness doesn't say I am bound. And neither does awareness say I want to be liberated.
But it's not even body and mind, right? Because it is still mithya itself, body and mind.
Yeah, body and mind is mithya. But consumption is mithya. Prasad, please understand this. Consumption is mithya. Do you agree with that or not?
Yes.
Consumed is mithya. Whatever is consumed is mithya.
Right.
Now problem is consumer. Is consumer mithya or satyam? This is the question we have now.
Who is the consumer here?
Who is the consumer? Ahankara is the consumer. Mind is the consumer. One who has an individuality. One who says I am consuming is a consumer.
Even that is midya, right? Because say if the rope
You answered your question. Even that is mithya. That's it. You answered your question.
yeah, that's midya itself.
Yeah, you answered your question.
Because see, the knowledge which which I got that snake has gone away is also midya. So the consumer is midya here.
Absolutely, sir. That's the way it works. We cannot impute kartrutvam and bhokrutvam on Atma. Atma doesn't consume, Atma doesn't study, Atma doesn't know. Nothing. Atma is, period. You cannot fill up the blanks after Atma is. This is the only sentence which seems incomplete. Atma is. Grammatically, it's an incomplete sentence. The teacher will give wrong. Atma is, if you say wrong, the Vedanta will say, Shabash, beta, Shabash, you got it. बेटी ऐसा पुत्री होने से हमका क्या हमने क्या हमारा क्या भाग्य है, like that the parents will say. Yeah, Meera Narayana.
Thank you. Deepamal.
Guruji, just I wanted to share when Swapnaji was asking, I just thought it is so much connected to Shraddha Avivesha of Nachiketas, right? That free will was not there even for Nachiketas when the Shraddha, influx of Shraddha came into him when the yajna was happening. It is similar to that, right?
It's correct. So it's similar but not similar also. See, there are a lot of areas where we don't have free will. Lot of areas. Don't think, we should not say just because we have free will, everywhere free will is used. Okay. Yeah, where you have a dream, no, is free will used? No free will. Okay. Okay. Things are happening. There's a rain outside. It's raining outside. What free will is there? No free will is there. Milk has boiled. Milk has overflown in your kitchen. Was there free will or not in that? Huh?
We could switch it off, but at that time you forgot. So something.
What
So
happened?
there was no free will actually. It just happened.
See the problem we get into? Free will, we say is there, then why the milk has overflown like that? Why one half of the liter is gone? Nobody says, I want to waste half a liter of milk. Nobody starts the day like that. Nobody starts. That means that free will is not there. Then yet this happens. Disease. What free will is there? Tell me. Constantly we are seeing the doctor and putting this ointment or that thing or this thing. And we are running all over the place looking for cures. Why? Who wants to have any disease at all, any pain? Nobody wants. Free will is, I'm telling you, this free will idea, we need to just look at it once again, and we have to assess our day and say, during this day, when was my free will really working? When was my free will not working? Like this, we have to, I think, that will be a very good exercise to do.
So similar, no, Guruji, when Nachiketas, when the yajna was happening, there was an influx of Shraddha, means he didn't have a free will to stop it.
So example, Nachiketa, that is Nachiketa example. But what about our own example? Same thing, when you see something and you see somebody fallen on the street. Okay, suddenly something happens to you, you respond in a way that is not even free will. Correct? Yesterday I saw somebody sent a video. It was raining, I think Bengaluru or some Karnataka somewhere, and this man was walking and he got sucked in the road. He got into this gully, he went into this nala, this drainage pipe. He just got sucked into it, and then people rushed. I'll ask you that rushing, is it free will or not?
No, it is instant, something which happens
It is instant.
is instant.
It is instant. That's it. You can't help it. You can't help it. And so why? Because that compassion has come. My goodness. And then they finally got him out of the Nalla. And then they did all this, and then he revived. Fortunately, he didn't pass it. So he revived. So that is all what? Free will. And no lack of free will. In fact, when free will is not there, we seem to do good things. It looks like to me. We need a lot of free will to stop ourselves from doing the right thing. Is it not? Amazing.
Maybe that's the reason buddhi cannot be used to gain jnana.
Don't stretch all these things too much. That's the thing and all. You don't stretch it too
No,
much.
I was thinking like how there is a limitation to buddhi, right?
Yeah, I mean, buddhi is important and it's a blessing. And so we'll use it at the right places and for the right things. And beyond that, we don't want to stretch.
So you can also put free will as using it to prevent instinct.
Fair enough. I think that's a fair statement. Instinct means what? Instinct means no free will. That is what is instinct. So instinctively, you feel like shouting at somebody.
Correct.
Then what do? Then your free will takes over. No, this is how he is. My shouting will not work. And like that, you might say, whatever. That's called buddhi working behind. And so, yeah, you have to use your free will to counter our instincts. Sometimes good instincts, sometimes not so good.
Yeah. Guruji, yesterday I was listening to somebody, I heard a different definition of Srishti. So limiting the infinite, making finite from infinite is Srishti.
Yeah, that's a reasonable, that's a nice interpretation. I like that. Which is true. Which is...
Avyaktam to Vyaktam.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, Haraprasadji, you had a question. Thanks, Meera Narayan.
Mahodaya, my question to you is this kartritvam. Now, we say Brahman has no kartrutva. Now, but Brahman as a Sakshi has kartrutva. So, can we say kartrutvam is a upadhi of Brahman?
So, any upadhi of Brahma, okay, any upadhi, all forms are upadhis. Any upadhi can have kartrutvam as an attribute of that upadhi.
Correct.
So, this jiva upadhi is there, and that upadhi has kartrutvam. That's the way we look at it. Yeah.
So, when we look Brahman as a Sakshi, he has kartrutva.
No, when you say as Sakshi, what do you mean? You have to tell me what is your definition of Sakshi.
What means he is not, Brahman is not involved, but as a karta, he is involved.
Yeah, okay. As a karta, obviously, the minute you say as a karta, that means you are bringing kartatvam along.
Right, right.
Can we say
So-
Ishwaratvam? Ishwaratvam?
Oh, no, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Say
because Ishvara.
Ishwaratvam. Yeah,
Yeah, see, it's not difficult. Brahma is nirguna.
correct.
And minute you finitize it, like using say words of Narayanan, you need to finitize it, you can bring anything you want. Kartatvam is also mithya finite. Anything you want, you bring.
Yeah, okay. Agree.
Anything you want, you can bring.
I agree. Yeah.
Because that anything is going to be saguna.
Yeah.
Saguna, finite sagunam.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and sagunam means you can bring anything you want. Kartrutvam, bhoktritvam onwards, anything.
Okay.
Nasitvam, vikaritvam, change.
Yeah.
Anything we can do.
Correct. I got it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Vijay has a question.
Yeah, it was just one question. So,
Zoom
Guruji,
is good. Zoom is good. I think it does it do that? It brings all the raised hands on top, is it?
yeah. That
Okay.
always the raised hands will be on top. So,
Okay.
Guruji, animals live by instinct, right? They don't have free will at all, right?
Correct. Animals live by instinct. Correct.
Live by instinct. So, are they better off than, because you said a lot of our actions are also free will, also instinctive, not free will. Though we might think we are using our free will, there is actually not too much of free will involved.
No, I'm saying that we shouldn't assume that we are using free will through every minute of the day. That's what we are saying. And
But it's all happening. You also mentioned everything is kind of happening, right? Though we might think it is free will, but it's all instinctive, maybe, or happening. So how is it different? Where is that free will really, where we exercise free will?
no, see, milk overflowed. And
Correct.
we said that, okay, there is no free will there. No free will means despite my best intentions, it happened. Okay. There was no sankalpa to boil milk. I mean, the boil milk sankalpa is there, but just forget.
Overflow was not there. Yeah,
Overflow sankalpa was not there.
not there.
Okay. So boiling free will is there. Without your free will, milk cannot boil.
Okay.
Without our free will, there is really not, we can't really initiate any activity.
Okay.
Getting up from the bed itself, free will is involved. Deciding where to go once you get up, that also free will is involved.
Okay.
You have to see if your children have gotten up, or you're going to make coffee, or you're going to go to the bathroom. You have to decide based on the system.
So the more we get into a conscious way of living, can we say we exercise more free will? If we are conscious about even this boiling of milk, maybe if we had paid attention, stood there till it is over, maybe we could have prevented it from overflowing.
Right.
So the more we are aware and more conscious, maybe we exercise more free will. And can we say that? Or
Absolutely. Therefore, Vijayji is driving a point here. The point is we have to be. There's a live in the present moment.
correct.
It is called, and that a lot of free will is needed for that. Lot of free will is needed to live in the present moment. Correct.
Yes.
And so when I don't live in the present moment, like I just turn it on and then I walk away, and then later on I find some sounds and all are coming, and milk is gone. This vessel is empty. Okay, that means what? I'm not really living in the present moment. I'm not using my free will at all. I've lost. I'm thinking of something else. Thinking of something else also not free will, because in this case, at least in this example, because I'm supposed to be doing this, and then instead I let my mind wander.
Correct.
Let my mind wander means something else took over me. Free will is not being used. And so therefore conscious living, alert living means lot of free will being used, and free will used more. I can
Moment
even
by moment. Yeah. Moment by moment.
moment by moment you're using free will. Yeah.
That's
Being thankful to everything that is happening, free will is needed. And so correct. So these are all good observations.
Dhanyavad.
Yeah. Girish, let's go with Girish first.
Now, I was just thinking of an example. You know, when a sculptor was asked that, how did you make such a beautiful sculpture? And he was telling it was already there. All I did is I removed all the impurities and gave shape to it. And it is something similar to that. Actually, we all have knowledge, and through these studies, we are able to discover that. Don't you agree that?
I think so. I think that's right. That analogy is often given. I remove all the things that are separating me from my knowledge. Correct. They say, what does it say? This is a statement from Michelangelo, I think. I saw an angel and I freed it. Like that he says. I still remember that statement. I saw an angel and I freed her, freed it. Like that he said. That's so nice. Yeah, Vaidya.
Yes, Jaykumarji. So this Kathopanishad verse that you mentioned, that only by choosing Atma, Atma is known, that choosing Atma requires a lot of free will, right?
Choosing to know Atma, that there is something like this, requires us to use our Viveka.
Yeah.
Constantly bringing that into our consciousness, into our mind and our thought. And
Correct.
then, and so that is what makes our life change course, as it were.
Yeah.
Change
Mhm.
course. Yeah. That is prized in our culture. Changing from pravritti, we are going towards nivritti. Pravritti margat, nivritti margaha. It's unnatural, so to speak. Unnatural means what? The whole world is an experiencing world. I want better experiences. But here I'm saying, wait a minute, who is experiencing? And how is this experience seeking going to end? If I start asking this question, then nivritti marga. I'm going to go back to the source, as it were. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Rukmini ji. You're muted, Rukmini ji.
Jaykumarji, exercising free will is in a proper direction is viveka. We have viveka buddhi. So the free will is also there. So where to exercise, that is called viveka?
Where to exercise the...
How to exercise free will?
No, I mean, we are all exercising free will using Viveka, and that's how we are attending these classes. And
no, the choice. We make choice. That is also a free will, isn't it?
yes, absolutely. Choice and free will are identical.
Yeah.
Same, almost, I mean,
So
free will says choice. Yeah.
So Viveki makes a choice, some criterias like dharma, what is to be done, what is not to be done.
Correct.
So along with the free will, Viveka also is there, right? Both coexist, isn't it?
Yes, they coexist.
And what we exercise, that is also free will again.
Yes, that is free will. So what is Viveka? Viveka is an appreciation of things that are opposite of each other. Dharma, adharma. I know dharma, I know adharma. You know dharma, I know adharma. So I can become more and more aware of it, and then I choose to follow dharma. Okay? So that is the viveka. That viveka means that knowledge helps me use my free will properly. Correct? Free will, even the thief uses free will only. And the sannyasi also uses free will. Both use free will. And but viveka, sannyasa has viveka buddhi and actually going by the viveka, saying, okay, this is based on everything I know. This is what I am going to do, even if it's going to be inconvenient for me. Okay, this is what one person says. So viveka is a knowledge, and then finally going towards nitya anitya vastu viveka. So we are all here because of that nitya anitya vastu viveka. And so, yeah, I'm beginning to understand more and more about this. And so I'm going to, if I have to push myself, I will push myself in this direction. And often we have to push ourselves. Some things are easy. Now we have got used to it. Certain things we will do automatically. Then one next level, I have to go to a camp, 1 week ashram. Oh, that's now what am I going to do? It seems possible, seems impossible. Seems possible, seems impossible. I'm going to try to make it happen. Let's see how we can try to make it happen. If it is absolutely impossible, it's impossible. You drop the idea. Okay. But if the possibility is there, then I'm going to push myself. I'm going to find ways. So my free will is very much going to be used there. So I don't know if I answered your question now, Puniji.
Yeah, I have always this conflict. See, when a loudspeaker is playing something which I don't want to hear, listening happens, hearing happens. But to listen, to give attention to that, or I focus on something that is within me. The hearing is happens, the loudspeaker is blaring in my mohalla. So the listening happens whether you want or not. But I have to exercise my choice whether I should go along with it or shut my hearing and focus on something else or ignore. Is it?
Yes, free will. You have to use your free will there. Correct. You have to use your free will there.
Yeah.
You can say, I'll put up with this for a while. You can say, I'm going to complain to some authority, somebody or neighbor or whatever. Or you can say, I'm going to plug my ears. You know, when I went to America, so when I started working in a factory, chemical factory, and the minute you enter the chemical factory, they will give you what is called this. They used to have a name for it. Some
Earplug.
Yeah, earplugs. I'm forgetting all that now. Earplugs.
Even in the flights also they give.
So flights also they give, and so earplugs. So the minute you enter certain areas which have a lot of noise, because a lot of equipment are operating there, immediately you will find that there is a bag full of earplugs. So you just pull out and then tear it open and put the earplugs. Those were fantastic. These earplugs, you know how it works? It's like a sponge, okay? You just compress it. And I'm sure most of you by now know it, but when I first saw it, I was impressed by it. It just becomes so thin, and then you plug it in, becomes easy. Then what happens? Slowly it starts expanding, and then until it blocks. Initially, you look, what is it? It's not working. What kind of plugs are this? It's not working. But then within seconds, you can see that, and then it just blocks off the whole sound. And so I can say I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to study Vedanta, and then by blocking off this noise, I'm going to read this book. So despite all that loud noise, I'm able to study peacefully.
Yes.
Or I'm going to put this earphone on the laptop, then plug it up so nicely, and then I'm going to listen to this talk. But we have to be careful there, because there you have to raise the volume and all, and can affect the ears also. So we need to be careful there. So all this is free will. Yeah, Puniji.
Thank you.
But I don't know why you asked this question though.
No, this Viveka Buddhi and free will, the choice coexist with us. So as a Shastrajna and as a Shastra students, for us, free will is focused. We don't, of course, unavoidable circumstances, I don't want my milk to overflow. It happens, you know, but if I am a wise person, I should know the timing, I should be there, I should switch off. But sometimes uncontrollable facts, so I may be involved in some or forgotten, it overflows. Then next time I become wiser. That choice also there. I have kept milk, I have to be conscious, I have to be alert. So that choice is also there, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
So we have to exercise our choice. Maybe that is Viveka. That is Viveka.
So generally, Viveka is knowledge. Knowledge of appropriate, inappropriate. Knowledge of right, wrong. Knowledge of the various options that are available. That is Viveka. That knowledge is Viveka. Now I have to, when I when I put it in practice, I'm going to use that knowledge and then do. My actions are going to be determined by my Viveka Buddhi, that knowledge. So I don't generally say Viveka is equal to action. Action is driven by Viveka. That's the way I look at Viveka. Viveka is an understanding, an appreciation. Good. Thank you. We'll stop with that. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanathaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanathaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanathaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Thank you.